Hey, my name's Logan. I'm the Worship Arts Director here at Johnston Heights Church. Oh man, so the Worship Arts Director goes and does a lot of service planning, obviously is involved in leading worship and developing team around worship and tech. And I also get to look after a lot of the communication stuff. So that's a website, that's graphic design, a lot of that is the video production and things like that. So chances are if you see it on a Sunday morning, I've had a hand, or one of the teams have had a hand in making that happen. I go back and forth on what my favorite album is. Honestly, I used to listen to like a lot of like not worship stuff, but that's kind of like my world these days. So I listen to a lot of worship music, and so I love Jeremy Riddle had just put one out around like live recordings from around the world type thing. Josh Baldwin's put one out, but my ultimate favorite is Need to Breathe, and so they're coming out with a new one called Out of Body. I've heard parts of it, haven't even heard all of it, but I know it's going to be my favorite one because they're pretty much the best. Maybe it's not a song, but my boy loves the ABC book by Dr. Seuss, so I can pretty much go big A, little a, what begins with A, Auntie Allie's alligator, A, big B, little b, what begins with B, Barbie Baby Bubbles and a bumblebee, what begins. So you got the idea. So if I can get halfway through that book, I have washed my hands well. So I think when it boils down to it, it's got to be the parable of the unforgiving debtor, and just the role that forgiveness plays in one, having the freedom of, not harboring unforgiveness towards somebody, but then also understanding just how much we've been forgiven of, because we can all feel the hurt in our own situations, and that's only a fraction of what Christ even took onto the cross, not only for me, but for you and everyone else. And so that's just a foundational story for me. I feel like Easter every year is like a new favorite memory. There's something about coming together on Resurrection Sunday, and it just seems, whether it's baptisms or the obviously the content of the sermon is amazing, but people are just coming ready to worship. And there's been times where we've been singing, and I literally swear the top is going to come off the church, and so those are typically my favorite times, and it's almost like a launch into the new year every year, because it's each year kind of tops the last. So what I'm looking forward most in 2020 to 2021, obviously we're in crazy, unprecedented times. Little side story, I saw a mug that I need to have that says I miss precedented times. I really do, but we're in unprecedented times, and I'm excited to see how we adapt and the innovative ways that we can continue to meet and minister and not so much attend church, but really take ownership of being the church. And so I'm really excited to see how God is going to honor obedience and faithfulness in those areas.
Awesome.